Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
At least one major character from Star Wars Rebels won't be joining the fun with Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka when it comes to Disney+. While Ahsoka Tano will be the key focus of, well, of course, her own show, the project looks to be a sequel to the hit animated show Star Wars Rebels. Natasha Liu Bordizzo's Sabine Wren is confirmed to play a big role in the proceedings, with the likes of Hera Syndulla and Chopper tagging along as well. Even both Ezra Bridger and Thrawn will be a part of the fun, as we know. Although, of course, you've probably already guessed it, Kanan won't be a part of the Disney Plus Ahsoka show, and here's exactly why. In a recent interview with The Big Thing on YouTube, Star Wars Rebels actor Freddie Prinze Jr. confirmed that his character Kanan will not be a part of the upcoming Disney Plus show Ahsoka, or that more specifically that he will not be the one to be playing Kanan. I do believe that we will see some type of form of Kanan Jarrus, whether that is one of the big Lothal wolves or that he appears as an actual Force ghost, but either way it's kind of the same thing. I have a whole nother video discussing this. Of course, the last time that the character of Kanan was chronologically seen in the timeline, the Jedi sacrificed himself to save Hera and the rest of the Ghost crew in Star Wars Rebels' 4th season. The actor even proclaimed that he's done with Kanan and that he's too old for that stuff. I think really the thing with Freddie Prinze Jr. recently, like that I've really seen with his kind of interviews, is that he's very open. He's very just like speaks his mind pretty much and will kind of just, even if it's ruthless or it may sound mean, he just kind of speaks his mind. As he says that in full quote, "No, Ahsoka, I'm done with Kanan. I'm too old for that stuff. I grew up watching more Star Trek anyway." Ending that quote right there, we also recently heard Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about the overall character of Kanan and how he just doesn't like that they brought Kanan back for the Bad Batch, or that they have brought back this character in any type of way or form. That it's just something that he doesn't want or like wants to be a part of, even at that. Because he really does truly believe that the overall character arc and everything that revolved around the character of Kanan in Star Wars Rebels really ended quite beautifully, and that he's completely done with this overall character. The actor elaborated even more and further that his character story is done for him, and that he thought it ended beautifully, saying that in full quote, "Kanan's story, at least for me, is done. I thought it ended beautifully. People cried. I was very happy for that. I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but our goal was to make you cry." Ending that quote right there from Freddie Prinze Jr. himself. Yes, indeed, it was probably your very well goal I mean, I guess he succeeded at your goal, really. But then also noting at the same time of how he mentions that he himself is really quite done with the overall character. He doesn't have any interest in playing the character or want to play the character, and if for anything, he completely, as I had mentioned, just doesn't want the character even to like show up on screen or anything like that. He's, as I mentioned before, he's mentioned it before, with the Bad Batch, he very much disliked that and even felt forced to make a return for that. So to potentially see Kanan somewhere in the Ahsoka show is something that I feel like that we will see, though, as I had mentioned, or something that I at least really want to see. I think that it makes sense to a point because we see Kanan acting as a guidance for Ezra Bridger and the rest of the Ghost crew. He really was kind of like that father figure of like everybody a part of that overall crew. So as I had mentioned, either to see option 1, the big Lothal wolf that we see named Doomed, who is actually Kanan like in a different kind of Force Ghost type of form pretty much, or to see like an actual Force Ghost of Kanan, I think are the two different directions. Now, one thing I really think that we can count on, however, is that it's not going to be Freddie Prinze Jr. who's going to be playing this iconic character, unfortunately, because he seems completely done with it. He doesn't want anything to do with it, even at that. Now, Freddie Prinze Jr. also confirmed that as of now, he doesn't have any ambition to be a part of the Star Wars universe, period, saying that in full quote. So for me, that story's been told and it's done, and I wouldn't have any interest in that, and it would be weird to play a different character in that universe. So I don't have any ambition to be in Star Wars, in the Star Wars universe anymore. Ending that quote right there, even to show up as like a different character, as like a cameo. We've seen this previously before, plenty of other times, notably how the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated show, Anakin Skywalker like voice actor character actually shows up in The Mandalorian as like a random Republic guard. Really just things like that. So whether or not you'll be playing your iconic character of Kanan or not, kind of maybe making some type of just special cameo, it's a no-go for Freddie Prinze Jr. altogether. Like, he wants nothing to do with it. And so really, fans are probably not a little disappointed with how dismissive Freddie Prinze Jr. is of the overall role. Claiming that he's too old is an odd reaction, one that also makes it seem like he doesn't think too highly of the role even at that. As if for Kanan not appearing in the upcoming Disney Plus show, that itself is not all that too surprising given his death in Rebels in the final season. Despite that, Ahsoka could have included a flashback for Hera as well. It doesn't maybe necessarily have to take place in the current time. It could be a flashback. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Lothal Wolf, Doom, or a Force Ghost. Especially since Hera and Kanan's child, Jason Syndulla, will probably also be appearing in the show. Some type of flashback, I think, would mean something prominent. But then at the same time, don't get me wrong, it's not necessary to have an actual appearance, a physical appearance. Maybe some type of just simple mention at that of Kanan, I think, would be close enough, and good enough even at that, for some type of Kanan reference or a showing up or something like that. I do really have to agree with Freddie Prinze Jr. though, however, with bringing back so many different characters, whether or not it's a Force Ghost form or not. It is a little bit of a repetitive theme throughout Star Wars to a point, and most of the time it does work, and it's honestly really cool with Maul in the Clone Wars or Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker. Those are just a few of the very many repetitive kind of reappearances, or like, oh look, I lived type of thing. I think that's kind of what Freddie Prinze Jr. is really afraid of, is like somehow Kanan, returned like he's still alive. That simply just doesn't make any sense, and it would defeat everything that happened in the animated show, of course. So going down that direction would definitely be 110% no-go in any type of way. As I had mentioned though, a Force Ghost, or maybe the Big Lothal Wolf Doom, or maybe even a flashback, I think would be most likely, if for anything. But even then, as a cameo as special as that, I think that's something that could be saved for the actual movie from Dave Filoni, the Mandoverse movie that's expected to come out sometime in 2026. Although what we should discuss, in fact, that the show could still surprise fans with a quick Kanan scene or appearance, but with a totally different actor portraying the character, as in the case for most of the live-action incarnations of the Rebel characters. They're all being played by different actors than their voice actors from the animated show, so it's something that could work out. Two key Rebel characters who remain a big question mark for Ahsoka are Zeb and Agent Kallus, although, while Zeb made a quick cameo in The Mandalorian Season 3, there's still no word of Kallus heading towards a live-action role at any point. Anyway, of course, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What do you want to see with the Ahsoka show overall, and what would you want to see with Kanan Jarrus possibly potentially appearing in the show as well? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. This has been Unofficial Star Wars. Peace out.